Hello YouTube, welcome to Bub's World. I'm your host Bub, and today we're going to get into a short stack of books that I picked up from, I think from MyComicShop.com. Let me look at it. Yes, the short stack of books I picked up from MyComicShop.com. And so we're going to get into it. Let's make me small and get to the haul. Yo! Alright, so there's going to be a lot of Batman in this haul today, so I hope you guys like that. We're going to start off with the big book of the haul. Boom. Batman 666. First appearance of Damian Wayne as Batman. I love all the detail in the background. Andy Kubert doing some great work. Look at that. Yep, digging that. Very cool. Damian Wayne, my favorite Robin. Of course, there's always, you know, a fondness for old Dick Grayson, but as far as any of the Robins that came after him, and certainly any of the relationship, like the dynamic, I really like Damian Wayne. Of course, I like Talia al Ghul too, as his. I prefer that relationship to the one he has with Catwoman. So there you go, Damian Wayne. As Batman 666. Here's the deal with this one is that this book is pretty readily available. You can find it. In fact, I've seen it in the wild several times of all the books I've hunted, you know. But sometimes you get just a price stuck in your head. You guys ever have that? Do you ever just say, you know what, I'm not paying more than X amount of dollars for that book? So I saw this book at a local shop one time, and it was like, I think he had $65 on it. And I felt like that was at least close to where I was, but I really didn't want to pay more than $50, and I'd like to have spent about $40 to $45 on it. And when this one popped up, it was just up there briefly, and I promise you that because I have a want list notification for it. When it popped up, it was purchased within seconds for $35. So I was very, very happy to get that. And of course, I keep a list of books in MyComicShop.com that I'm ready to purchase. And so then I go through and I start picking off the list of ones that are like $2 or $3, you know, anything under $3 usually. After I've picked up the book I want, then I'll throw in those books to round out the shipping. That way I get more books for the same shipping. So that's the idea. So Batman 666, been wanting this one for a while. Very happy to have it. I love the cover. I love that it's a key, and I'm a fan of Damian Wayne. So boom. Then look at that, Catwoman Year 2. So this is Catwoman number 40. This is the last book I needed for my Catwoman run. So woo, you know, start the fireworks. This is a big deal to finish off this run. Now you say, oh Bub, do you have the entire run? No, I don't have the entire run. The run I'm looking for is the Jim Balent run, and this is the last book I needed for his run on that volume, which is almost the whole volume, but there's about maybe 20 issues or so past his run that are also tacked on, but I don't get into all that. I'm just looking for the Jim Balent interior art, and it's absolutely fantastic. And of course the exterior art leaves nothing to be desired. It's fantastic. So look at that, Jim Balent, a master of the globulal drawing there. This is a modern book, so thank you for everyone who's been on that journey. It's been fun collecting those books, and a good read too. It's a good series. Batman versus Bigby. I got the number 2 issue, but I did not have the number 1 because I was holding out to get this cover, which I think is the A cover. But everywhere I went, I kept seeing the B cover, so I guess the A cover got bought out. But I love that image of Bigby there. Of course, that's Big Bad Wolf. So you guys know I'm into werewolves, so that's pretty cool. So Bigby, Batman and Bigby, and the story's been really good so far. You may remember from a previous haul, I picked up some I picked up like a mystery set of heroine comics, not heroine comics, but you know, female heroes. And there I pulled out a couple of books from it. This was the 3rd book I pulled out from it, and this is Wonder Woman number 9. Look at that. George Perez doesn't get in my collection too often. Not a huge fan of his, but there you go. And this is, I think, the origin of Cheetah. I don't know if it's her first appearance. You guys can correct me down below, but I'm pretty sure it is the origin of Cheetah. So there you go. Number 9. That I care nothing about. I think that's crappy, but that looks great. So I wish the whole cover was just this image. I would appreciate that more, but not a bad one, and definitely a key and a good character. So all right, here we go with some Ringo, I think Mike Waringo, chassis number 1. Look at that. Can't go wrong with some Ringo art. Very cool. It's kind of stuff I dig. Robots, chicks and jumpers with low zips, fast cars. Yeah, this is a win for me. So digging that 100%. Chassis number 1. I don't think I have the whole run of chassis now, but I have like maybe 1, 2, and 3, and I think there's only like 5 or 6 issues. So I don't know, could be more, but I'm only picking up the covers that I really like, and this is one of them. So glad to have that. Here's an obscure one, super old indie book, but the James Gang number 1. Say super old as in a publisher that doesn't exist right now. Not necessarily old in age, but the James Gang number 1, and I'm pretty sure that this is the first work of our good buddy Bud Root. So Bud Root, you know, famous for his Catwoman creation, and then his drawings as well as that. And this one's pretty cool. So so I think it was meant to be maybe a start of a little series or something, and it didn't get off the ground. But the writer of this tapped old Bud Root in the shoulder and asked him to do the imaging for it. And I'm pretty sure this is his first work in comics. So I assume he's done the cover art as well, although it doesn't really look that much like Bud's work. But the interior much more does. So there you go. Next up, so I'm actually gonna have Root sign this on the splash page probably, unless he tells me that's his cover. But even then, I'll probably have him sign it on a splash page because it has some great Bud Root art in it. And then I also picked up Gun Honey number 2. So not a bad series. Second issue wasn't as good as the first issue, but we're gonna ride this train out. It's got some good covers. I've got them on pre-order, so I'm looking forward to picking all those up. And we're going to see where it ends up. So that's it. That's my haul. I hope y'all appreciated that. And we'll catch you next time on good old Bub's World. Let's see. Who should we show off? Oh, we're going to show off Damian Wayne. Remember to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.